you say about ChatGPT?
Wrong as fuck yesterday when I was trying to do my research.
It's been giving me wrong shit too lately.
It was telling me some shit, and I like Google it on the side, can't find anything. I'm like, can you give me like the sources for it? It's like, sure. It gives me the sources. I go to those. Doesn't say anything about it.
What was it? Like Sumerian shit?
Yeah. One of the things it says in the New Militia is that there's like watches per night, but it's not like a watchman on patrol. It just says watches. So I asked it what it meant, and it was like, oh, watches was a way the Mesopotamians would refer to like sections of the night. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like looking into that, and there is a motif of like that people were used for that, but it's for keeping guard. It's like you keep watch from twilight to this, and you keep watch
like
to that.
shifts.
Nothing to do with Mesopotamia. Specifically, I highlighted like all the cultures it dealt that was relevant
nothing
to.
About
nothing. So I asked it straight up, like, is there any chance you're wrong? Like, I can't find anything about that. And it goes, oh, yep, you're right.
shut
My
the fuck
bad.
up. It
I'm like-
acknowledged itself?
Yeah, it was like, oh.
How the fuck? How did that happen?
I'm like, well,
Why do I have to call you out?
yeah, because now I'm like, brother, I've been
Like
taking
you searched everything.
I've been taking your word for all this shit. Just tell me no. Tell me you don't know if you don't know.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of information on it. You shouldn't know.
But even then, it would preface with that. It would say, hey, there's not a lot of info. This is the best speculation.
right, just give me
No.
that. Don't give me like, oh yeah, it's this.
I haven't had that yet. I've had, no, that's fucked up though. Did you end up finding where it came from? Or no, you just kind of
Not really.
hit a dead end?
Wasn't really anything for that. That University of Chicago, they have an Assyrian dictionary.
Yeah.
So I downloaded that. They have a lot of documents of like books, like PDFs of books.
Really?
That I've just been downloading shit. So now
Like in their library or?
I don't know. I Google shit just with the PDF, and a lot of times it brings me to their website. So I'm like, oh, look at them. Some of them are weird, where like they won't let you copy and paste from them, but whatever. It'll let
Can
me.
you download
Yeah,
them?
yeah.
Did you ever try uploading those in a ChatGPT and having them read them to you? Like summarize everything?
A smaller one.
Yeah.
Not gonna put the dictionary.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, to like.
I've
highlight
uploaded a
shit.
couple of those conspiracy photos and been like that one Q map that's just a fucking picture of words and
Yeah.
shit. I uploaded that and I go, would you decipher that for me? And it sat there for like 20 minutes. Then it goes, yeah, this looks to be, you're really getting in the weeds, huh?
I love when whenever it tells me like, wow, that's a really detailed and layered question. I'm like, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad someone finally noticed my aptitude.
Bro, I was doing that today. I took mushrooms yesterday, watched The Big Short, which is crazy. Have you seen that movie?
Which one is that?
That's about the '08 crash.
There's like 3 money movies I kind of mix up in my head.
It's like Vice, but with money. It's like Vice, but with the '08. It's by Adam McKay.
Boiler Room is the one that he makes like the little casino in his house, right? That's not.
I never seen that one.
Oh, okay.
I never seen that one.
I mix up that one and
This
couple
movie's
other ones.
this movie feels exactly like Vice, but it's about like the '08 crash. It's got Christian Bale and Rumsfeld. Guy
Steve
from-
Carell.
Steve Carell plays an incredible character. It's incredible. But no, I took mushrooms and watched that, and it kind of fucked me up because you're watching this and it's about how like the whole economy, like shit's fucked. Like shit's fucked from the top down, and it got me a little into the deep state rabbit hole. So I got to work today, and I'm in the box, and I'm sitting there on ChatGPT, and I'm like, because I heard some war mode shit also about war mode got me on communism and shit because they were talking about. Remember the thing he said about China and Taiwan? He goes, you know why China wants Taiwan back? Because when China pre-World War II, they were some like big economic powerhouse or some shit. And then through corruption or whatever, World War II ends, China starts going communist, like the CCP starts rising up, and then that I think the KCP or something, the KKP or whatever, that's like the opposite regime that we were funding to like promote democracy or whatever the fuck. They were going at it. China went communist. The group that we were funding bailed out, took all of China's gold reserves and fucking like artifacts and like all this money and all this other shit.
Part, yeah.
They went to Taiwan, jumped up their economy, and now Taiwan's like their own fucking thing. We don't acknowledge them as their own thing.
If you want to keep working with China, right?
Exactly, yeah. So, but that's why China wants their shit back. That's why China wants Taiwan. They're like, want our fucking money back. Makes sense. But that got me on, like, what if communism just has,
Everything's
like,
a psyop.
dude, it's all a fucking psyop. I'm telling you,
Nothing's
right fucking now.
real,
It's all,
yeah.
no, it's all bullshit. But like, you know how we say like left versus right? It's just a fucking, it's a facade. It's all bullshit.
They pumped it up. Now
What
it's
if
communism?
What if communism and this? And it's like, once the Cold War happened. So anyways, so I hopped on ChatGPT and I started asking questions, and I'm like, was communism funded by the U.S. and Europe and the big banks to create an everlasting war that lasts forever, and like just to have like war and like so people benefit from bullshit? And it goes, wow, you're really onto something here. Yeah, and it starts breaking down how like just that. And then I ask it, I go, all right, so if the system, you're telling me there's a system in place like the military industrial complex, shit Eisenhower was freaking out about. And it goes, yeah, the system is set up to where a few elite people control the majority of, economic, policies, so they can benefit from like war and all this other bullshit. And then it goes, but it's not like a secret cabal. And I go, well, that's interesting. I go,
that you would use those words.
I go, so if it's not, quote, a secret cabal, is it safe to assume that, or I go, if it's not a cabal, are all the people that run these corporations, these banks, these countries, and all these things, do they belong to the same think tanks and secret societies, therefore on the same page about all these economic policies so that they could push world, like geopolitical policies and shit? And it goes, you're onto something here. They all belong to the same thing. It starts like the Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg Group, and the Bohemian Grove. It starts going through all that. And it goes, yeah, they are. And I go, all right. So is this not an issue that people see? And it goes, well, it is an issue. But, I go, is this not an issue that people see? Or are people distracted by the left versus right, distraction, or things like racism or fucking gender theory? Like, are we distracted by this shit? And it goes, yeah, you are distracted by that. That's exactly the outlook, the whole plan. And it's like,
that's the thing that I always got like.
You got to
confused
pigeonhole
about.
the thing into telling you what you want to hear. It won't just outright tell you.
No.
But
Well,
sorry, keep
sometimes I
going.
think like either it hasn't been allowed to think it until you say it, and then when you say it, it's like, yeah,
That's a good point.
the fuck, and then it almost like it goes and looks into it on its own, and it's like, yeah, that shit's fucked up.
Dude, I had the thing like getting on my side almost. Like I would start asking it things, and I would ask it that, and it would go, yeah, it's the political system and all that. It is just a distraction because people are so concerned about that shit. Like we talk about all the time. It's a divide that really doesn't make sense because everything up here is like happening.
But it's like when work did the union thing, and everyone's walking around being like, they don't even pay us a livable wage, and it's like, but that's not a conversation to have with one company. That's the definition of minimum wage is supposed to be a livable wage. So you should go strike outside of Congress or the Supreme Court or something. Same way, like, people will go and throw bricks through the windows of random shops.
Of a small business.
In the name of, like, Black Lives Matter. Not even saying that black people specific, just, I'm saying.
In general.
Just to
Shit
go
in general.
on a to have that, bro, millions of people go to these protests. How many fucking college kids show up for the, anti-Israel
And don't know what the fuck they're there
well,
for.
even that, yeah. It's like, so there's a willingness to go out and affect change and be part of the solution, and somehow all these bodies get funneled to those things and not like
the main fucking thing.
yeah, like and what feels like anyone that halfway knows what they're talking about would admit. I get like the lower end of people that just read like Twitter and they're like fucking Trumpers
Fucking
or they're like
bullshit.
fucking libtard. Like,
Yeah.
So I get how those people might not know what's up. But people that halfway pay attention, if you're 40 years old and you've been paying attention to politics since you've been 18-ish or whatever,
You should probably understand.
things are cyclical. And I've seen this go around fucking 5 times
Bro,
by now.
That's why I don't get these fucking old dudes that want to come in and talk politics. And it's like, you're so entrenched into one side that you're fucking blind to everything else. It's like, you're sitting here telling me about how, oh, this fucking Trump's doing this, Trump's doing that. And it's like, yeah, they're going to do it regardless of who's in there, brother. Like, the system's fucked. The fact that you care so much about a political party is insane.
Because like how we always say, is your life really that different every 4 years? And I think in their minds it is, because when we say it, we're talking about like, so what, like one policy went through that would have got shut down, and then vice versa, one got shut down that would have got through, like.
But it's all like social issues. That's all we vote on is social issues. It's like racism and all this.
Actually changes on social issues. So that's my point. It just, the narrative gets to people don't also watch like these fucking hearings or press conferences.
Because they're
watch
on
the
at
news.
10 a.m. and on a Tuesday.
So they're getting like whatever version their side is spewing anyway. So it's not even, I don't even feel like people are happy when they, like, it's not like, oh, 4 years of like being chill if you're a Republican. It's like, nope, 4 years of telling the libs how fucking wrong they were.
Yeah.
And then like, it's not like the libs come back in 4 years and it's like, all right, so we talked a lot of shit about them. We're going to make sure to do none of it. It's like they come in, do all the same shit, but then want to be on like a high horse about it.
Well,
it's like,
well, that's what that, because when I was asking about the ChatGPT thing, it starts going about how it's like, it's left versus right when you vote. Like, and that literally only goes down to like social issues. Foreign policy is pretty much the same. Like whether like they want war or they don't, they're still going to up the government budget. They're still going to send aid to all these fucking corporations and all this bullshit.
They didn't bring up homelessness.
No, because it doesn't fucking matter. Like that's just.
They don't bring up healthcare.
No.
Like.
It's crazy.
And even as far as like social issues, it's not bringing up social issues in the sense of like, we're going to figure this out for like, it's not like actual change. It's just like, what do you believe?
Yeah.
Which all you believe is like what you've been told people want to hear. And then you get up and you say like, yeah, I like that too. You guys like that? I've actually liked that for years.
Yeah, exactly.
I was actually big on that before everyone else was.
Yeah. It's that. And then it's also like, people are too afraid because now there's a culture where if you say you voted for Trump, you're a fucking Nazi. Like, get the fuck out of here. So it's like people don't even want to speak up anymore because nobody wants to fucking be a Nazi.
I think that was more the first time around. That was more the witch hunt thing. Now I think people are pretty outspoken. You still, like at our work, you're not going to go and be like, guess who I voted for? You know, make yourself an enemy. But I don't think it's as weird as it was the first time around.
No. But it's still like, crazy about like
people
they're
still
fucking
defend the COVID thing,
bro. It's insane.
Like they were saying on War Mode, they have the fucking clip of Fauci arguing himself that isn't AI. It's just compilations of him saying the opposite things.
It's insane. And these fucking animals still come in wearing a mask, and these people still wear a mask while driving.
Dog
wearing a mask, and it's like, brother,
if you're sick,
they said the mask don't do anything, and two, you're outside. It's like, what are you talking about? Yeah. No, it's like I see people freaking out now. They're saying, "Look, Trump just enacted martial law. Martial law's coming. He militarized the fucking police." And it's like he passed some shit that's some insurrection act or something, which allows like the police to help out or to help. It allows the military to help out police if they can't like hold shit down. But people take that and they make the fucking headline of, "Is Trump's declaring martial law?" So now these fucking animals all, and they freak out because nobody fucking reads anything. Nobody looks into anything anymore. Everybody just fucking looks at their MSNBC news and they go, "I'm angry at this person today. This is fucking bullshit."
Like, if you believe, like, okay, so you're fucking Colleen or whatever dumb bitch, and you're like, it's a martial law. Like, why are you here right now? You came to work? You thought martial law was in place and you were like, la-di-da-di-da. Like, you didn't go and get a fucking Rambo knife? Like,
it's insane. It's Charlie Kirk has that great point where he's like, America's the only country that even the people that hate it won't leave.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like it's like, you don't fucking like it? Good, leave. Get the fuck out. Go to your fucking socialist nation of fucking...
you hate your family. I have to hear about it every fucking day.
Go move to Sweden.
They're all conservatives.
Yeah.
They're not great. I got to hear from you guys every day. Your family sucks as a conservative. These countries, they do it right. It's like, guess what? They do it right because they don't let you in, motherfucker. Yeah. They keep their numbers small where they can do nice shit. They let motherfuckers like you in being a freeloading fat fuck.
But no, that's literally...
There's a chart of for the UK, it was how many crimes per nationality in the UK? And it's like people born in the UK, like 2%. And then like everything else is just chopped up between like Albanians and like different Middle East countries.
Yeah.
Not saying that those countries only produce those people, but I'm saying the
That's
people that
that's
are
the majority of immigrants they're taking.
same way, like not every Mexican
refugees.
person is bad, but like there's the cartel Mexicans that are mixed in.
Yeah.
Same way, it's not like every fucking Muslim person is bad, but there's also the extremist ones mixed in. It's just the same way people want to act like there's white like race groups. Like, yeah, I guess the KKK exists probably,
Yeah,
but like
I don't know what they're really doing.
like people want to act like that shit that happened for years ago in I think North Carolina with the tiki torches. They want to act like that was like some type of group.
Oh.
And it's like these are fucking losers. These are losers online that got like told to meet up at a place. The same way for your protests. Like you guys aren't
go
a
and
group.
meet up at a place. Yeah, like what are you talking about?
You got rabble roused into showing up at an event.
Yeah. Or when they freak out because they go, the KKK endorsed Trump and he didn't denounce it. It's like, yeah, man wants votes. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What insane group backed by, like,
And how
it's
many
the same thing.
you're in other situations you're allowed to be like, I'm not even gonna dignify them with an answer. Like if Obama just didn't say that would be how it would come off. He'd be like, I would never even recognize an atrocious community like that. Just he would just ignore it, and that would be seen as way to take the high road.
Yeah.
Trump says nothing, and it's like, see,
He's a Nazi.
see, it's like, bro, he's making fucking new hats. He's making hats of Trump 2028. That's what he's doing. That's the fucking blueprints in the Oval Office.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the funniest plays I've ever seen in my life.
But that's like the people that bitch about him that then want to turn around and be like, see, he's ruining everything. It's like, well, which is it, man? Is he golfing all day or is he fucking Hitlering it up in the Oval Office? Like,
like, what is it?
It can't be both. He can't be a
both.
lazy white guy or he's an evil white guy.
It can't be both.
They're not both.
Hitler wasn't out golfing.
I'm a lazy white guy. I'm not evil. I suck. I'm not evil.
I'm not evil.
Evil white guys got a lot of ambition. All those CEOs those people don't like because ambition. Yeah.
Ambition. The Larry Fink.
People that think I mean, I'm not maybe without the nerdy aspect, but I didn't even look into it, but I saw a video, some like cabinet meeting that was going on at the White House.
Yeah.
And Elon's got a hat on, and then he's got a hat on top of his hat, and he's literally like giggling. And I think I made it as far as someone being like, Elon's got two hats on. He's like, yeah. And it was exactly what we were talking about as far as I could say. Like, the guy was a fucking dweeb.
He's gay as fuck.
He put two hats on thinking he was going to walk in and people were going to be like falling over themselves laughing. Yeah. And then someone was like, got two hats on there. And he's like, oh, and tried to play it off as if it's some like ninth level chess move.
I'm pretty
comedy.
Fucking wild, dude.
Yeah, a lot of secretaries of defense.
Paused for 20 minutes before answering.
Yeah, as to do 15 stutters.
I was smoking the hopium, listening to War Mode, and I heard probably one of the greatest things that I hope comes true with Trump, where he's like, did you hear the thing where he's like, what if this tariff play he's doing here is just like he puts the tariffs, he enacts the tariffs, tanks the economy, people freaking the fuck out, right? So all these globalists and all these people start moving their money around. So now you're seeing the octopus arms fucking take money from here. You're moving them there. You're making money here while he sits back while the enemy just reveals themselves. And then you start cutting the head off the Hydra.
See, I don't think he cares to that.
He doesn't give a fuck because he's working with them. But
no, I don't mean like that. I mean
no, but just in general. Like he's got their best interests in mind as well as his. Like, he doesn't.
I just don't think he's. I think
it would be insane if he's playing that level of 4D chess. Like, that'd be insane, yeah. But no, that'd be, I don't know. I heard that and I was like, that's crazy.
Yes,
that'd be wild to think about. No, yeah. Some dude asked me at work. He goes, "Is there like a vape store nearby?" I go, "What?" I go, how'd you get here?"
Yeah, did you drive blindfolded?
I'm like, "How did you fucking get?" I'm like, "Dude, you passed 10."
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know if it's
but
maybe
you drive
people,
blindfolded.
Did they come from like the south? Like, I don't maybe back in the day when like there weren't more dispensaries and you have to drive from far. So it's like maybe if you're coming from the south and you just get off the highway real quick.
Maybe. Yeah, because we're right off the highway, I'd assume maybe, but.
Now everyone has a vape shop, even if you do live in a small town. I get like how we probably could have had a couple more things, you know, like that people actually buy. But people would come in asking for some stuff, and it's like, bro, vape store. Like, we're not that place.
Bro, you know what they sell now? They're selling matches. 10 of them for $4.
And we got hippies buying them.
Matches. You get them free in a fucking hotel.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking of? $4. It's more than a lighter.
But they're probably like natural and actually like.
Yeah, it's
These ones are recyclable.
It's like the fruits that want to use hemp wick.
Yeah.
Can you ever use that shit? I've never used it. Does it work?
When I went to New York and I smoked with my buddy the first time, he got like that those like canisters of medical weed. When I realized,
it was in the can? My cousin got those.
No, not a can. I bought weed in a can also. This dude would run up to Michigan and grab it, and it was a can that you'd literally pop the top. No, this was a canister, like almost like a pill bottle, but heavier duty.
Okay.
And like way bigger. When I smoked with that dude, my childhood friend, when I went back one summer, he had that setup where he just had the lighter with the wick wrapped around it, and he was like, it's just, I was so new to smoking, like it made sense when he said it. I was like,
that shit's all so cool when you first start smoking.
You don't want to get the butane taste, and I'm like, this is good weed. You don't want to fuck around with it.
Of course.
But then you're fucking around with like poking, and you know, you've seen me hit a bong. I like
the whole thing.
I light half. I like to be able to burn it down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You light half of it?
If I packed it full,
okay,
I'll burn half of it.
Okay.
Well, sometimes I just light the side of it, and then I'll just pull on it until the whole thing's on fire. I don't want to like...
I guess it also depends on the bowl size, too.
Yeah.
Like, my bowl might be pretty small.
Yeah, like the bongs Nick has, I would just one and done.
One rip that, yeah.
You light that wick, and you're like... You touch it.
A smidge. Yeah. No.
So I didn't like that.
People come in looking for that shit, and I'm like, what?
I gave it to Mark. I was like, you need twine?
It's a waxy twine. Did you know that in the original, Peter Pan was able to fly without pixie dust?
There's a bunch of weird shit about that.
They had
right?
And the guy had to rewrite it because kids were jumping out of windows.
I did remember hearing that, actually.
Isn't that crazy? I don't know when Peter Pan came out.
What is Peter Pan like? Is that a story before the Disney movie? That's
a book, I think. Yeah.
It's not like an original Disney story, right? That's like an old fairy tale. Because that's like the shit that, I don't know if Pinocchio is the same thing. 'Cause I think those are the things like Jordan Peterson talks about as far as...
Oh, Pinocchio.
You're in the belly of the beast.
Oh, you're in the belly of the beast.
It does go straight Irish.
It does go Irish. He tells a lie, and his nose grows. Oh, you know.
Well, that's bloody Geppetto.
Bloody Geppetto. I named my child Geppetto.
Do you remember
1904 that came out, yeah.
What Geppetto's from? Meet the Parents.
Oh, the
he's like, you got a cat?
Yeah.
Little Geppetto.
Geppetto.
He's like stuffing celery sticks in his mouth just to
not
to talk.
I milked the yeah, you can milk anything with nipple. I got nipples, Greg.
Oh, perfect.
Can you milk me?
Let me see the mouse real quick. Perfect transition. You want to know why
just to cap that off?
No, we can come back to it.
Oh, okay.
Super quick. You know why Robert Downey Jr. said, or not Robert?
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, Robert De Niro. You want to know why he's such a lib bitch?
Why?
That's his son.
Shut the fuck up. 29-year-old son.
Nothing wrong with it. But
There's nothing.
But that's.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. That's why.
Because
he wouldn't. Well, he didn't marry. He married a black chick, which is fine. I guess you could be conservative. There's plenty of conservative black women.
I would say the majority.
That's crazy.
Black people.
That's almost like that's almost a passable woman though. Like if I was walking by and I glanced at them.
You know what? It's fucked up because she's totally passable. But now that there's such a not likelihood of, just the chances being so much higher than they have ever been of someone being trans.
Yeah.
It makes me look at girls and be like, "I'm trans."
I think about that a lot.
That girl just has a strong chin.
I think about that a lot.
And any other time in life, no one would be like, she's a fucking dude.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And now all of a sudden, that's got to be fucked up.
But there's also like some like short fat dudes that come in with tits that have like the trans man beard, and you're like,
and the buzz cut with like just spiky kind of hair, and you're like,
dude, and you're like, and you look at them and you're like, I bet.
Well, being fat is like being old, where kind of ambiguousness, it like ambiguifies your face.
I feel like a lot of trans men, like female to men, I feel like their move is to get fat and get hairy.
They get the beard.
I don't know. I don't know where the weight comes. I don't know if that's a hormone thing. I don't know if something gets fucked up.
No, I think they want to be a bit. I would assume if you're trying to be a guy, you just want to be bigger, and maybe you don't have the biggest frame.
I see.
So you probably just want to be either jacked or, which most people aren't going to do anyway.
They're not getting the gym. Yeah, no. They're not getting the pump on.
Much easier to just.
I'll just pig out.
Yeah.
I'll pig out and grow.
They got a sale on Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah. Me, Ben, and Jerry, and one patchy beard. That's crazy.
Back in the day, it used to be a rougher beard. It was like finer. You know, it was because there was a person like that would come to the comic book store that I would always. It took me like 3 times to stop saying like, "What's up, man?" And when they're that far away, and then they get up, I'm like, "Oh."
Well, you have an eye problem.
I'm ocularly oppressed.
Yeah. Ocularly oppressed.
By God.
That's like another way for saying you're profiled.
I was just filling out all those job applications. It's so hard to have to click. Some jobs you rush to click white just to let them know, like, hey, I'm white. I don't know if that puts me at the front of the line.
I don't know what that does for me anymore.
And then other jobs, you want to be like, prefer not to say.
Do you?
Some jobs, because it's like...
You do prefer not to say?
Some jobs feel like they don't want... Like, maybe they're doing diversity.
What if you get there?
Maybe they're stocked up on honks already.
Oh, so I know what you mean.
Maybe I slide in as albino Mexican.
Yeah, or like...
Eastern European.
That you could... Well, yeah, you could get that. I think that's still white. You might want to
technically
go. You might want to go like a little bit of Spaniard.
But in the
there should be an option for Jew.
That would also be white.
Spaniard?
Well, that's why they have specifically the thing where it says no.
Oh,
they have
Spain.
They have the like white
because you're coming
Hispanic
because you're coming from wealth. You're not oppressed.
That's like my boy Magic on Twitter. That when people ask him shit about Mexico, he's like, I don't know, I don't speak native. Because he's from Spain. If anyone talks about Mexican shit, he's like, my country showed up with 400... My people showed up with 400 men, and we took over a country. He goes, I hate to think what we would do to you now. He's just got fun, cool takes like that. You're allowed to be a little racist in combat sports. Can't be too much, and it'll still be racist. But you're allowed to talk about race a little in combat sports.
I think in sports in general.
Maybe.
Because it kind of plays...
Well, American sports are just American. You're probably right, though, in every other sport where it is multicultural.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, every other place plays sports against the other
Unless you're
countries.
talking about, like, who comes over and plays baseball? Spanish people. What's
like Dominicans?
Dominicans.
Yeah, but that's our shit. American.
I guess so, yeah. That makes sense, yeah.
I thought you meant, like, who comes over? I thought you meant like who not like where do we draft people from or whatever. I thought you meant like who comes over to verse the American teams. I'm like, that isn't a thing. I was about to toss you out a window. I'm like, do you think Japan shows up and we like?
That'd be sick.
There's a World Series.
Is there?
There's a World Classic.
There's a World Series.
I think so. Like the World Baseball
so
Classic.
Odd to call it the World Series.
Every sport does that.
That's odd.
The NBA is the World Championship,
which is odd. Well, I mean, step to us, brother. I don't watch basketball.
Where are we wrong?
I'm just telling you. No, NBA is allowed to do that.
It's funny.
Baseball, they might kick our ass.
No, what are you talking about? Baseball's the only one we invented.
Yeah, but there's other countries that I bet would probably.
You're fucking delusional.
Really? You think so?
Are you?
Like you're talking about I'm talking about an incredible Dominican team. If they come over,
you have to understand though that what that entails is also that they go back to training in the Dominican Republic.
Stickball. You're talking about
I'm not even
small
talking stickball.
hand-eye
I'm just saying
coordination.
you all of a sudden don't have a team of physical therapists on the same level. You probably have some trainers.
Yes.
You don't play for the Yankees anymore. Like,
You're saying with the resources you're able to
I'm saying it's a factor. Japan is the next best at baseball.
that was going to be my other guess. Japan.
But all those countries, same thing in basketball. Every guy that's in the NBA loves to go home and play for their country versus half the people in America, and they don't give a fuck about the Olympics.
I also figure that like if you play in a Japanese baseball league, you're probably not getting paid much money, right?
No, Japan baseball's huge in Japan.
Oh, do they pay them a lot of money?
I don't know where it ranks amongst. It's not like
the
a
point I was
niche thing. It's baseball is huge.
The thing I was going to say was like I feel like if you're big in another country, your goal would be to come to the U.S. and play here. So
Yes.
So while everybody does have really good teams and it is big, it's like, yeah, but all the best people are here.
Well, the pinnacle's still the NBA, and you're still going to get paid more and be on the biggest stage and play against the best people. But there's still that pride of like, ooh, now we're playing not for teams but for our flags. Hell yeah, I'm going home and playing for them. Versus how many American dudes are just down to have the summer off and go fuck around and not give a shit about,
No. With 10 mil in the bank.
It is respectable to play basketball, 3/4 of the year, and you have your summer off coming up, and then you go, fuck it.
They still got like
basketball.
They got off-season practice though? Or are you just chilling?
Off-season. There's a training camp at the beginning before preseason, but off-season, you're done.
I bet it would be I'd be halfway stressed out, like going out and doing things. I'd be like, I don't want to fucking I go out and like if I'm on a boat, people are like, let's go fucking wakeboarding. It's like, I don't know about that. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of these guys have certain things like that.
I twist my knee.
Like
I'm
skiing or something.
That makes sense. Are those guys insured?
I assume so. I don't know how that. I don't pay attention on that level, but yeah. I mean,
I guess I guess the team probably has insurance on them. They're spending so much on them.
Yeah. Well, those contracts now are guaranteed.
Or they don't even need
so
to.
much money.
Really?
It'll
so if you
like,
could sign and get hurt, don't fucking matter?
An amount of it is guaranteed, but the guaranteed amount is so high lately in the past few years.
You just got to get signed.
Well, that's why some of these players, sometimes people aren't a bust. A bust is like everyone thought they were going to be really good and they ended up sucking.
Yeah.
Some people are really good and they kind of like got paid.
Yeah.
And now they don't need to fucking do anything ever again.
Yeah.
Be hard not to.
But also, it's like if you are good enough to get to that level, it's like I feel like your heart would be in it more at that point. Or do they just get a
heart's
taste
in it to get out of having no money, and now you have money.
Oh, so now you're like, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting.
And a lot of dudes don't love basketball, you know what I mean? It's like a thing that they're good at.
Oh, it's like the thing they're good at.
And a lot of dudes also are just super athletic. So it's not even like Jeff Teague was just talking about how he never really practiced until he got like, I think he said to college even, or maybe it was the NBA. He's like, I was just a good enough athlete that I could just go out there and like play.
Yeah.
Like I kind of knew plays, like, but I didn't train. I didn't do drills. Then you get to the NBA where everyone's the best player in the world and you lead your shit rock and you're like, time to go do drills.
That makes sense. Did you see what Trump changed on the COVID website?
No. I saw a different change he made, so you do yours.
Lab leak, the true origins of COVID-19. And he basically breaks down how it came from China. It's a man-made thing. That's what the COVID website is now, and you can download all the reports.
Wow.
And these animals still want to believe this shit.
Is that Fauci?
The Fauci pardon.
Oh, my God. What a tremendous picture they got.
Oh, yeah, it just basically goes through everything. With videos.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Isn't that cool? It's just a fun thing to look up. Get educated.
Well, that makes them 2 for 2.
The Cuomo failure.
Cuomo. Yeah, I guess he's been on talk shows lately being like, I was saying what they were telling me to. Like, that's what I thought. Because I guess he was going at Rogan really hard about the ivermectin thing. And they were like, so it turns out that works, huh? And he's like, listen, had I known at the time,
And it's like, yeah, well, I was trying to tell you,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
right.
It's like,
It's like, this is how things work.
oh,
You have
your
to-
narrative wasn't playing to mine? Like, oh, that makes sense. The dude that had your hand up your ass, working you like a fucking puppet, said you couldn't talk about that?
This is a tweet from Donald J. Trump.
President Donald J. Trump.
At real Donald Trump. I'm bringing Columbus Day back from the ashes.
Is he really? I fucking made a joke about that the other day.
The Democrats did everything possible to destroy Columbus, his reputations, and all the Italians that love him so much. They tore down his statues, and they put up nothing but woke, or even worse, nothing at all. Well, you'll be happy to know Christopher is going to make a major comeback. I am hereby reinstating Columbus Day, the same rules, dates, and locations as it has had for the many decades before.
I love it. That's fucking crazy.
Cut the Senate in Star Wars.
Oh, our Italian grandmothers would be proud.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh
wrong.
my God, that's insane. I swear to God, someone said some shit about Trump, and I was like, yeah, he actually reinstated Columbus Day. And someone was like, no, he didn't. It's still Indigenous Peoples Day. And I go,
Not in this house.
That's so fucking funny. Oh, I love it.
It might have been on war mode. I don't remember. Word on the street is Columbus might have been Jewish, not Italian. Also.
No shit.
So I got to look into that.
Okay, well, let's go back to. Maybe I'm not for him anymore.
I was gonna say it might be a reason.
There might be a reason this is banned.
Guy loves his Italians. But
Oh my God. All right. Gonna go out on that?
sure.
Short one this week. We got a new leash. All right, fuckers. We got more videos coming out. Peep that short that just dropped. We got more shorts coming. Got a lot in the back burner. Gonna finish up this history shit. And you keep an eye out for more fucking content. Because we're bringing it to you, baby.
No one's even listening right now.
Someone's
No one
listening.
makes it to the end.
Someone's listening. Someone's here. And I know you guys are
Someone
here.
will listen eventually when they're combing the archives for clips.
And for that, we thank you.
You're lucky we don't demonetize you.